NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Peach Invitational. And hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my pal Frank Nobilo. We are here in the wonderful state of Georgia, getting ready to kick off the round at Eastlake Golf Club.
And what a great course it is too, Rich. Normally a par 72 for the members, but seeing we're going to play off the pros tee today, the 5th and the 10th hole, which are normally par 5s, will be reduced to par 4s, so a very strict par of 70.
Let's take it down to the tee. Excited to call all the action today out on the course for you. Good contact, good result. No complaints there. In the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. This is a good-looking shot. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Here at the par 3 second hole, just under 215 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. We talked about the good mix of holes to start here at East Lake. So coming off that par 3 second hole, now to the very short par 4 third, just 390 yards. But really, with all of the bunkers and the trees and this green, it's a tricky proposition. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a cross-country special. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a 2-putt, well done.
+1 in the early going. Back over now to the 4th. It has not gone all that well early in the round for our featured golfer. What do they need to do, Frank, to turn this thing around?
Well, you can't dwell on what's just happened. There's plenty of holes ahead. Look at the scorecard, par 5s to play, things like that. Really pick apart this golf course. There's going to be plenty of opportunities around the corner.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Over the years, this golf course has hosted so many national and regional championships, including the 1950 U.S. Women's Amateur, the 1963 Ryder Cup, and 2001 U.S. Men's Amateur Championship. It is now the permanent home of the Tour Championship by Coca-Cola, the culminating event of the PGA Tour playoffs for the FedEx Cup. Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the fourth. Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament with the bogey, falls to 2 over. Back on the tee here at East Lake, it's the 5th hole. This is a muscular par 4, Frank, at better than 500 yards.
You just take 4 and walk to the next tee on any given day, Rich. Blind tee shots, really you have to hit a good one here, otherwise you're just sort of going to clock up at least a 5 straight away. Par 5 for the members, so it's a tough par 4 even for the pros.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that. Safely on deck.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close. In? Just a great shot.
Well, Frank, what do you think of the 6th hole here at East Lake?
It's beautiful. That's if you don't want to play it, that's for sure. It just sits out there. You can see why it's one of the signature holes at East Lake. It's tempting, it's punishing, but it's also rewarding relative to the field. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Getting set now over the putt. Still playing even for the day after the par. The 7th hole here at East Lake in the Tour Championship is a slight dogleg to the left, demanding accuracy off the tee. Fairway bunker along the right side will punish a drive, straying in that direction, resulting in a difficult approach shot. The second shot must navigate 3 deep greenside bunkers in order to find the 2-tiered green, blind to players from the fairway. But this one has a chance to be really good. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot-making we're seeing out there today. That one is in the bunker. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
In for par. Frank, back-to-back dog legs to the left as we step on the tee here at the 8th.
This one a little different to the 7th hole. This one's fairly flat, and also that fairway runs out on the right side. You can try and flash it across all the bunkers. There's no real advantage. You have to respect those bunkers. Should just leave you a sand iron, a wedge maximum in here. This is a good scoring opportunity, providing you hit the fairway. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Oh, I thought he had that. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Now to hole number 9, 600-yard par 5. It is the first par 5 of the round.
Yeah, easy decision if you hit a good tee shot here with a gentle draw up and over that hill, Rich. Then you're just going to go for this par 5 and 2. The problems really come, though, if you hit a poor tee shot. Now you have to worry about the layup. Can you carry the lake? Or if you lay up short of the lake, you have a long third shot. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. From the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole.
Even par, currently.
And who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, that's fine.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Depending on the wind, the tee shot to this elevated green ranges from a 4 to 6 iron for most players. The green is 38 yards deep, and the back portion is blind to players on the tee. A large oak tree protects the right side of the green, and the front portion is pinched by a pair of deep greenside bunkers. Side hill putts often have 4 to 5 feet of break, and putts from above the hole are surprisingly quick. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
And with that, 1 under par. Frank, one thing I really like about East Lake Golf Club, the variety of holes. There's some good par 3s, we've seen that, just a couple of par 5s. But then you have this collection of really fascinating short par 4s, including here at the 391-yard 12th.
It just goes to show in today's game you don't always have to reach for a 500-yard par 4. The 12th, even though it's under 400 yards, is quite deceiving. There's a lone fairway bunker on the right that has to be avoided. And then judging the lie, if you're on a downhill lie, pitching into a green that's also below you. That front bunker might look a long way short of the green, but it's caught a few errant second shots.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Oh my gosh, that hurts. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Solid par to remain 1 under. Frank, how about the 13th hole? Pretty long par 4.
It is. 470 plays closer to 500. The reason why is you're going back uphill. A slight dogleg left, playing around those 2 bunkers on the left. Another, though, that you have to flight that second shot beautifully. That green pinches in the front, protected by the bunker left and right.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Comfortably over the ball, ready to go here at 13. Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Locked in on the read and the speed. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Backing up that long 13th hole, we now arrive at the 14th, and this too is a challenging par 4, Frank.
Tough fairway to hit because of the pitch from the left side of the fairway to the right side of the fairway. No fairway bunkers to worry about, but if you watch the Tour Championship over the years, you'll find the majority of the field live in that right rough. It's the most difficult part of playing this downhill par 4.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Now at 14, ready for the approach shot. Fraction off the center and headed to the right. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's no snack though.
Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Now getting settled over the ball here at the 15th. East Lake, second of the par 5s on the course, 525 yards. Well, this is the kind of strong wind that will really test a player.
Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
They say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Moving on to number 16 now, 481-yard par 4. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one has a chance to be close. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Frank, the par 4 17th at 455 yards has become really one of the most famous holes on the PGA Tour.
By virtue of that great up and down by Bill Haas when the level of the lake had been reduced just to the level where he could actually play that vital third shot. The hole is a slight dogleg left, par 4, fairly flat. Those 3 bunkers down the right are absolutely perfect if you're going to just bail out to the right. You'll certainly learn how to play fairway bunker shots. If you can find the fairway, this green raise slightly and you'll see that gaping front bunker that protects the front.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. So much riding right now on this shot, you can just feel the tension. Approach shot now to the 17th.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet.
A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
in the top 10 right now. The 18th hole here at East Lake is a par 3, 235 yards to the green. Headed for the bunker. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. You don't want to make a habit of it. In the bunker again off the tee. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. I like this one, Frank.
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Finished the round with an impressive 67. So that concludes round one. Frank, what's the mindset after this first day?
Well, the important thing is just try and play smart, get a feel for the golf course. That's what you try and do on the opening round. And now that the players have seen it, we should see some better scores tomorrow.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Peach Invitational. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course to the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It's the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner along with Frank Novelo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Out of the getaway hole, it's the 424-yard first. And Frank, what do you think of this opening hole?
It's not overly long or overly tough, but it's sort of quite common to allow the players to get off to a solid start. No fairway bunkers in play. Just get the ball on the fairway there. There's a good opportunity, too, that you can hit a good second shot, which will funnel towards the flag here and get off to a good start.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Getting set now for the second shot here at the par 4 first. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. On to the second hole. Really a nice mix of opening holes here at East Lake. 214 yards here on this tricky little par 3. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. Yeah, the hole's not over. Second shot.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Locked in on the read and the speed. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Tour Championship continuing here at East Lake Golf Club. This is the third hole. It's a short par 4, 390 yards, but this one requires the players to think. It is a difficult green. Fairway wood off the tee, probably a short iron in, and then the work begins. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
We're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Seems to really have the touch today. Here now at the par 4 fourth at East Lake at 440 yards in length. And Frank, I was about to say, well, it stretches out now, gets a little bit longer after some short par 4s to open. Then I thought, what, 440 yards? That's another drive and a wedge for today's players.
It certainly is. The two bunkers down the right make you sort of send your tee shot towards that left side of the fairway, but you'd actually rather be in a fairway bunker than that left rough. And one of the reasons why is this green pitches not only back to front, but also from left to right.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Settles in over the putt. In for par. Back on the tee here at East Lake, it's the 5th hole. This is a muscular par 4, Frank, at better than 500 yards.
You just take 4 and walk to the next tee on any given day, Rich. Blind tee shot, really you have to hit a good one here, otherwise you're just sort of going to clock up at least a 5 straight away. Par 5 for the members, so it's a tough par 4 even for the pros.
He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Getting some sand in the shoes now. We're a second straight hole. He's in the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Well, the best in the game don't do it any better. McIlroy, Fowler, Duffner, they'd be impressed by that bunker shot. He's made it. Ready to tee off here at the 6th. Tricky 209-yard shot. And Frank, of all the shots that we see in a season on television, this is really one of the most intimidating.
It is, even for these players playing in the Tour Championship. You realize if you don't make a decent turn and just leave the club face open a little bit or a little late on the hit, then that's it. That ball's gone. So this one will wake you up very quickly.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club. But really, the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot. All right, Frank, we've made it through the 6th unscathed. Here we are at the 7th hole, East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta for the Tour Championship. And it's a slight dogleg left, 434 yards.
It's the first hole that actually bends to the left, so you would think it would suit a draw. But those 3 bunkers down the left side almost prevent that. And really, the best access to this green is from the right side anyway.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This could be a good one.
It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Par 4 8th. Frank, draw it up for us, this approach shot.
Well, a good tee shot, just a short iron in here. This is one hole really where you should go at the flag. If the flag's on the left, take it on. Flag's on the right, take it on. And the reason why is you're going to keep the ball in the right section.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Getting set now over the putt. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Ooh, look at this, Frank. 600-yard par 5 here at the 9th.
It's tasty. You'd think you'd just comfortably smash a drive over there and reach it in 2. Sometimes it works out that way, but they just put a little lake that comes across, and that cuts in the fairway. So if you have hit an errant tee shot, you might have to make a decision. What a great shot.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
Frank, that's the biggest roar I've heard all week long. That was an eagle roar.
For good reason, not just an eagle too. All of a sudden, back in contention.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo for EA Sports. We are back on a beautiful day here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta. Set to kick off all the action on the back 9. The 10th is 469 yards.
Par 5 for the members, Rich, par 4 for the pros. There is a lake down there, but that's only for top of Ted, not these great players in the field. 9 bunkers, last time I counted them here on 10, and I'd like to think they're not all in play. I've got to mention one thing, though. There's an out-of-bounds left of those bunkers on the left. And believe me, I've seen a few go over the fence.
I've played some golf with Topper Ted, also with Packer Harry. Good players. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a cross-country special. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This one just requires a little bit of focus. just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the only hole on the golf course that starts with a 1 at the beginning of the yardage. This par 3 11th, just under 200 yards, 197.
It does play a little bit uphill, so you might as well say it's 200 yards plus. Narrow entry into this green. It looks can be deceiving. This hole looks like a pushover, but stray a little left, stray a little right, and then you're sort of pitching across the green with a lot of tilt in it.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Early part of this second 9 and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though. Oh, it just shaves the edge.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Now to the par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards. So, Frank, where could a player run into some trouble here?
It's actually the green here, Rich. The whole hole slopes downhill. And when you look at the second shot into this green, it looks like it pitches back to front. But that's an optical illusion. When you get onto this green, it's actually relatively flat, but you'd swear the green slopes towards you.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy. But you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. He has this for par.
No, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Now teeing off here at the 13th. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, we've seen this before today, in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well, What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Back here at the par 4 14th, we're ready to tee off. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. There's another birdie and another move on that leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. Well, Frank, a great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th.
You'd think just blaze away with the driver, but those two bunkers down the right side are a perfect distance off the tee to make you respect those. And that one down the left, well, if you pull it a little bit, that can come into play. And that second shot, well, it's virtually straight up the hill.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. Not a problem there, Rich.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, this is really a picturesque hole. As you look out, you can see the Atlanta skyline, and you can also see, with just a few holes to play, maybe a $10 million pot of gold.
If you can't smell the finish from here, then you never will. And you're right. You know, you've got water coming up after this hole. Good tee shot here. If you want to challenge those bunkers, so be it. If you can somehow thread it just right of that, then you'll have a chance at the second shot that also is going to play downhill.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Good putt. Just 2 holes left here at East Lake. Frank, we have another par 4 set at 455 yards.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. On to the finishing hole here at East Lake Golf Club. Not many courses end with a par 3. It's always a fun finishing hole. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That one was running so high. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
That is a solid par putt.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.